Got Coach McKay and Kyle Rode here. Coach, just if you could give us an opening statement about tonight's win.
Yeah, I've known Coach Mills for a long time. I think he's a fabulous coach, and he's got a really, really good team already. Most of the time, it takes a while to build a program, and they are such a tough out. Really proud of our group because I think Wichita State will win a ton of games. It's a really hard fought battle. Nice atmosphere. It was really, really highly competitive.
Coach, I noticed in the nature of basketball, there's going to be runs. They went on a 10-0 run, like you mentioned, their fans were into it and all that. They were unable to inbound ball on the 5 second, and next thing I knew, it was a 15-point game. I don't know if I've seen it turn around quite that quick. What did you see? What happened?
Yeah, our guys have a little, if I can Clark Kellogg on you, spurt ability. They just play very unselfishly. I think if we can get some stops and string those together, eventually, because of I think the way they share the ball and how they don't really care who scored. I know he had 31, but I think that's a real strength of our group.
Is there anything you can say about that? Because once again, it all happened after that 5 second call. Y'all's run after that, and it was after that just that one play.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of similar to yesterday. I think we got that one to 67-50, and today I think it was like 67-52. So just being in spots where we've done that before, we have a veteran group. Coach puts us in situations in practice where it resembles that as well. So just play basketball the right way, and we believe when you stick to that process, the results will come.
Coach, it looks like, you guys have a lot of continuity. You feel like that, how much of an advantage was that in today's game? Obviously WSU, new coach, new system. Do you feel like that was a pretty big advantage today?
I think our experience definitely helps us. The guys have been in our system. Kyle Shadow for 5, Joseph Brody for a couple. This is their third. And I think, again, having a guy like Caden and Xander who have been in programs that I think are well coached, I think that helps. But I just ultimately, for our group, Kyle Rode is an exceptional leader. And you just don't get to coach many guys like him over the course of your career. So we'll eventually have a response, and it's usually because 22 is out there. He's really elite at that. I'm not gassing because he's here. He's such a unicorn. He's generational, and we've had a few of those guys that, for one reason or another, that have helped our program become one that's got a chance to compete for a conference title.
It looks like you guys are really effective with like exit screens and flares and to get him open. That's pretty rare, like you said, for a 6'7" guy with his size. Just why are those plays so effective? How do you guys make those work?
Just the coverages. Like when people have different coverages. Like when we had Darius McGee, we just tried to find as many solutions as we could because he created so much gravity. And this dude could I'm not joking, he could coach our team. Like right now he could. And so having him out on the court, you really, it's fun to watch. I trust him. We've got a group that they're, because of the deposits that they made on both ends of the floor, you can trust them to get through the mistakes and get back to center.
Coach, you guys now get a chance to play for a championship. And the fact is, there's only maybe in a player's career only a half dozen or so opportunities like that between conferences and tournaments and that sort of thing. Just getting for both of you, just your thoughts about heading into Sunday and having that opportunity out there.
You start.
I feel like my freshman year, I was so fortunate enough to play with that veteran group, and Coach reminded us the other day about that group. I think we played for 4 championships in that season.
Wow.
And just have the runs you got to withstand, the grind of it is the quick prep day to day. So I feel like we've done a great job of that so far. And tomorrow we're going to look at the film, clean up what we need to clean up, and prepare for a great Vermont program on Sunday. So anytime you get to play for a championship, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, it's the Myrtle Beach Invitational. You got to get invited, and I think it's a privilege to be invited to one of the ESPN events, especially when you have the quality of opponents that reside in this bracket. None better than Vermont. I just like watching them play. John Becker's, he's got to be one of the most underrated coaches in America. He's, in my mind, top 10. And I know it doesn't say ACC or SEC or whatever on their jersey, but he's as good as anybody. And I love the way their team plays, and I love the way our team plays. So to get a crack at Furman, Wichita, and Vermont, that's only going to help us down the road, and we'll see how we go.
The Kyle neutral site game before the run was back and forth, really high intensity. Their fans were into it. But you guys, last couple of days, have really been able, it seems you guys have fun. You guys play together, the bench is into it the whole time. And then even before that run, just throwing lobs yesterday. What can you say about, I know continuity helps, but just how bought in this group is and bought into the one goal, one mission team kind of thing, having fun.
Yeah, I really appreciate how you notice the bench and some of those guys. Like, those guys aren't sitting where I'm sitting, but they play just as a pivotal part in those runs and in the day-to-day, so that we're prepared to be in moments like this. So I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, and I want to make a comment about that because you mentioned the lobs. He was not on either end of those.
I did say that.
And Joey Peoples now has more dunks in games than he does. So I just want to make
I feel the pass.
that.
Coach, you guys had 9 steals, forcing in a lot of turnovers, a lot of ISO ball. What do you feel like you guys did a good job of to kind of bog down their offense?
Yeah, again, it was Kyle. Like they're playing over the top of our smaller guards, and those dudes, Caden and Colin, are so tough. But Xavier Bell's a heck of a player. So I think we just tried to close up the gap a little better and got our hands on some balls, and fortunately we were able to get some stops. So that was a really important. And Kyle kind of did it on his own. So did Joseph and Shiloh. So that was really good. John, AY, you guys have anything?
Hey, Coach, you talk a lot about Kyle and his leadership, but I mean, he also scored 31 tonight. How much is he helping your team on the floor this year?
I mean, 31. He could have had 41. So I'm a little disappointed now. Again, you know Kyle. You've seen him enough. Like, it doesn't matter to him what the game needs. He's willing to do. So if it's taken 16 shots, he'll take 16 shots. If it's taken 3, he'll take 3. If he's got to guard a 5-man or if he's got to guard a primary ball handler, Kyle just does whatever the team needs to win. But he's an elite shooter, and he gets accredited for how many other things he does. But Kyle Rote can score the ball, so we all know that. And again, I think our guys they did a great job of finding the hot hand. That's not uncommon for this group, but man, a lot of areas we can grow too, John.
Real quick, can you walk me through just why the exit screens are so effective? It seems like you guys use that play a lot to get you open looks.
Yeah, it's other guys, man. They set me up. I'm just trying to set screens to get other guys involved, and then we have a group of guys that will hit the open guy, and I just happen to be open on some of those tonight. So it was all done.
Anything else?
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.